Hey, Ariel.
Hey.
Good to see you tonight. How have you been doing?
As good as I can be. I don't know. I've been struggling a lot, but I feel like I'm growing a lot too at the same time because I've been going through so many things that a lot of people, a lot of people out there don't go through. So it's like making me grow faster, if that makes sense. But then again, I'm also getting a lot of support from people at the same time. So I'm dealing with it as time goes by and as those things come as they do. So, but on the other end of it, I feel like I'm coming to a point where I want to say I'm just very tired of the lifestyle I'm living, and I know there's a different way of living out there that I haven't experienced lately, and I want to feel like myself, like my true self again, and do things that I miss doing that I haven't really done in a while.
What are some of those things?
I mean, I love writing. I want to get to writing that book that I was talking about, but as I've been thinking more, because I've been like to myself a lot, so I've been, able to be in my thoughts a lot more, and come to like realizations, and being in your thoughts and spending time with yourself is sometimes good, maybe not all the time, but it's good to have that time with yourself, at least for a little period of time each day, and to make sure you keep that commitment with yourself, because having that first and foremost is the most important thing, because you have to have that before you can have anything else, any other commitments with any other person, or be able to feel love towards anyone else, because you can't be able to do that if you don't have a solid foundation with yourself.
And I want to ask, because I'm sure people are going to notice it, so to just get this out of the way, but what happened to your face here?
Well, I've been having a lot of, I'm going to just come right out and say it. I've been having a lot of issues with my teeth, and like just a lot of oral problems. I'm pretty much going to have to get like surgery. I have a really bad abscess in my gums, so my face is all puffy, and I might have to go to the hospital, because I've been trying to get into the dentist for like months now, and they won't schedule me till like October, and that's like that's too far away from me. I feel like this is going to be a reoccurring problem, and I'm having a lot of pain right now, but that's not going to get in the way of,
We're also under a bridge right now where boats pass through, so we're going to have to pause every now and then. But I think with these microphones, they'll be able to hear us, so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Do you want to just keep going through it?
Yeah, I don't mind my face looking like this. It's still me.
Yeah.
I guess Halloween came early.
So the last video we did, which I still have to edit and post, was the first one since you were in treatment. You were in treatment, doing really well.
Yeah.
For how many months was it?
2, little over 2 months.
2 months. And all of the discussion about that will be in that video. And that was that was filmed maybe like 3 months ago. So in the past 3 months, what has your life been like?
Hectic. It's been very hectic. I mean, I can think of a few words to sum it up in one, but just hectic, disastrous, headache, stressful. I mean, I could go on, but it's just been hard for me because like I've been having to pretty much deal with life as it comes, and the circumstances haven't been all, fine and dandy. At times I've had to I've just had to, I don't know the word for it. I've had to, I don't know.
It's almost
I
like
just had to take it with a grain of salt, pretty much, and deal with it like a soldier, I guess. But yeah, like I did some time in jail. I did I did go to jail like twice, I think, this past year, right? I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, like traumatic stuff, I've been raped, robbed too many times to count, just way too much that a person, shouldn't have to deal with in life. But
we've known each other for a while now, like over 2 years. You were one of my early interviews, and I feel that I feel close to you. I feel that we're good friends at this point. As close as we can be with the struggle of addiction in between, which sometimes gives us some gaps.
Definitely, I can say that I'm close to you because, we've had a lot of talks, and the only other person that I've really told as much stuff to as I have you is my grandfather, and he's no longer living, rest in peace to him. But I feel comfortable sharing things with you in confidence that they'll stay with you and not be shared with the whole world, even though you do share things with the whole world.
Well, right, things outside of the videos.
Yeah, and it's like you care, you don't judge me like other people do, because like I can say something to another person and read their face like, damn, like really, like
their reaction.
Like just you can tell when a person is just thrown back a little bit and doesn't look at you the same, and that's rough. Not being able to talk to anybody about what you're going through, because that release is something a person needs to get through hard times, or else that leads to a lot of mental illness, suicides. I mean, yeah.
Well, that kind of leads me to where I was going with that statement of feeling close to you, and all the videos we've done. We've done a lot of these interviews where it's just like you talking about your day-to-day and stuff, and I'd like to actually use this time. We're kind of, this is like an impromptu thing, but I'd like to just maybe get deeper and maybe just discuss the psychology of addiction, or just maybe some things that we haven't really talked about before. And the first thing that comes to mind, because you just said it, feeling suicidal. Have you ever had hard days where you've felt suicidal?
Definitely. There's been times where I just I'll get to a point where I'm so fed up with what's going on, not knowing how to deal with it, and feeling so alone in what I'm going through, that I just want to just throw up my hands and give up and throw myself off the bridge. Yeah, please don't throw me in a loony bin for saying that. But I mean, yeah, it gets really hard sometimes, and like, you know, being out here homeless and having to do everything on my own and not having, you know, that great of a support group, you know, always around me, not having a phone to connect to people when I need or want to, that definitely affects it a lot. But
what has prevented you from ever doing that?
doing what?
Which, thank God, you haven't. But
Yeah. I mean, my son, first of all. Just knowing that I've overdosed so many times, and I'm still living. I'm still here. There's obviously a reason that's happened. You know, I feel like if I was supposed to be dead, I would be dead, and there's purpose in me to do something greater that I haven't really, you know, come to find yet, but I know it's still there, and it's still waiting for me to discover what that is.
Do you want to live a long life?
Of course I want to live a long life, but I don't know that that's in the cards for me. You know, I don't know because anything can happen. So I don't want to, you know, focus on.
But if you could choose?
Yeah, like, of course.
You'd want to get old and...
Yeah. Maybe get old without all the health problems, but, you know.
Do you have permanent health problems from the years of drug use?
Definitely affects my memory, and I'm seeing that a lot more in the recent days, like, just with like short term, I'll be like looking for something, and I have it in my hand, you know, like, and that happened a lot, not just like, you know, here and there, or like, you know, just remembering like things that have happened, people, places, faces. You know, like, people will ask me, oh, like, don't you remember that time when, you know, and blase, and I'll be like, no. And this has happened, like, you know, recently in the months.
Did your memory improve when you were clean?
Yeah, little by little, like, it started coming back.
And just to make it clear what we're talking about here, what substances are you using these days?
I mean, the same as I've, you know, been for a while, the fentanyl, but the fentanyl has been, I guess, mixed with drink, which I didn't really know at the time that I was doing it. Obviously the crack. Can you?
Oh, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Gosh.
I'm gonna feed the cats.
Oh my God.
We're good. So fentanyl and crack cocaine. You're looking better than the last video.
Yeah, I've been trying to, you know, do less and less as the days go by. You know, there'll be days where I don't do any fet at all, which I consider myself, you know, proud that I can do at least that, because if I can, you know, show myself that I can do it for one day, then I can do it for more days than one day. If I can they say one day at a time, so if I can get through one day at a time, then, you know, do that one day, and then the next day, and then, you know, I have friends who have been getting off the streets and have been getting sober too, and I like having talks with them because they, you know, they do nothing but encourage me to do better for myself, and, you know, show me that even though I don't look in the mirror all the time and see that I'm, I look different than I did when I was doing better, that's possible for me to be that person again. So it almost hold me to a standard, I guess. Look, your outfits. I like your outfits. Thank you. Yeah.
And you're also injecting less. You were saying earlier.
Yeah, I've been smoking it and taking bumps. So I had a friend who showed me how to smoke it and has been trying to, like, cause she used to shoot too, but has been off it for like a year and a half, something like that. But I didn't ever smoke it because I would always like fuck up and like not hit it the right way and then lose the whole hit. And so, but I'd rather be, doing that and then just cut down from that until I can just take my subs and, yeah. I still take subs like on occasion too, but yeah.
Have I ever asked you if you dream when you sleep?
I do sometimes, but they're weird dreams.
What are they like?
They don't make sense.
Do they leave you feeling uncomfortable, or are they just neutral?
They just don't make sense. Like, it's just weird, random dreams.
Do you ever dream about using?
Only when I'm sober, getting off the drugs, especially in jail.
How often do you dream about drugs when you off them?
A lot. Especially during that like first period of getting clean, like the first days of like withdrawing, or like weeks or that first month, like that's the only thing I'll dream about. Like it's almost like my dream will be like, I'll get the dope and then like I'll do this whole mission to get all the paraphernalia for it, but when I go to get the paraphernalia, the place is closed to get it, or like I'll take a hit, but once I'll be doing other stuff that I won't ever take the hit, and then I'll wake up. Like,
something always gets in the way.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. But no nightmares really?
Not that I can remember recently, no.
Are you someone that has anxiety?
Of course.
Did you have anxiety before drug use?
I mean, I have anxiety all the time.
But that's probably linked a lot to the lifestyle and all the risks. The times that you...
I think to some degree, like every addict has some type of anxiety, even if it's like a small amount of it.
At this point in your life, do you use to numb or
maintain, really?
Maintain, really.
Maintain and just get through the day.
So, earlier you mentioned, and in other videos you've mentioned, really scary, traumatic, horrible things that you've been through. Mm-hmm. that still happen, yeah. And it's still a risk. And you're at this point just using to maintain and get through the day. What is it that why wouldn't you just want to stop? Like, is there a way to explain that?
I do want to stop. It's just, a habit that is formed over a long period of time. You get comfortable with doing that because it's all you know for that long of a time. Like, it's like, it's just what you know. It's what you're used to, I guess. And it's scary. Change is scary a lot of the time because change is like unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen because change comes with so much more territory. And I guess that's just what it is. I'm scared of the unknown. I don't know.
Is there a level of things that maybe you don't feel ready to face in sobriety?
Yeah.
Are you open to saying what maybe some of those things are?
Just like, dealing with all these traumatic times without like a Band-Aid, I guess. Just like, the flood waters, and just like, even talking about the shit that has happened while being on the streets. Just like, going through all that with just raw, like, like without, anything.
No
really,
buffer, which would be the drug.
Right.
But you believe that you that's something that inside you're confident you're going to try again, sobriety.
Yeah,
at some
course.
point. When you meet people on the streets, do you feel that you have something in common with them, or do you feel that you still had an experience that they can't relate to? Or is I would imagine it's different with each person, but do you meet people where you really feel that you've been through the same things?
Of course, especially like who are in the same type of situation as me. I know to some degree that they can understand what I've been through or I'm going through, but like maybe someone who is like, has a 9 to 5 and like, goes to the gym and does like, does everything the same every single day, like maybe they can't really relate to me as well as someone who's like, living life like I am. And so that's harder for them to understand and empathize with.
Do you feel that you face judgment from others?
Of course.
And who are the types of people that you feel mostly judge you?
People with money, who are wealthy, or like have like, jobs in high authority, people like that who feel like, they have more control, or like they're on a higher level than I am.
Sometimes I'll get like a comment where they're like, someone will be like, I don't feel sorry for this person, they chose this life. I obviously...
We didn't choose this life. Like myself, I didn't choose to be on drugs. They were introduced to me, and I was, what's the word? I was punked into this.
You were punked into this.
I mean, when I first did heroin, I didn't shoot myself. Someone shot me up with it. So really, you don't know what a person goes through or has been through and what has led up to that. Because if you had gone through what I had gone through, or any other person who is an addict has gone through, how would you deal with it?
And it also
because that's a lot. That's a lot for a person to hold on their shoulders and know in their mind to go through things that you haven't, that are very traumatic, that will affect you, give you PTSD and many other things that
it clouds your judgment.
Yeah, that gives you lenses, looks at the world differently. That it's just a lot to say affects you. So it's like, I feel like people need to open their eyes a little bit more and put themselves in other people's shoes, like really, really put themselves in another person's shoes and think, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this person has gone through a lot more than what I have, to a point where they feel this is the only thing that will make it go away.
Yeah, and also it's like no one starts off experimenting with a drug, thinking they're gonna end up on the streets, losing everything.
That just happens. Like
and no one wants that. No one wants that.
Along the way, somewhere that happens because it's like
you get addicted.
Yeah.
And no one wants that, you know.
No.
And it's not fair for someone to say that, because I'll bet anything that person probably drinks beer.
Yeah. Everybody has a vice. Like.
And
every single person has a vice, whether it's gambling, sex, eating, going to the gym, driving. There's something in your life that you love doing a lot that can be overdone, and to an extent, if you do it enough, can turn into an addiction.
And they should be grateful that it didn't, because my point in saying the beer thing is like, there are people who will take a sip of beer and they'll end up down the line becoming severe alcoholics because they have that, you know, gene or trauma or whatever that alcohol.
Addictive personality. Yeah.
So if you take a sip of beer and you're fine, just be grateful. But you're no better than someone who is an alcoholic.
Right.
You both started at the same point.
Exactly.
With that first sip. You know what I mean?
They're lucky.
They're lucky.
That's all it is.
Do you feel that drugs are the problem? Like that the drug is bad, or is it a human flaw?
I feel at the core of it, it's something within that person, something within me that's going on that I need to deal with, but the drugs are more of a surface thing. They're what I use to try to cope with it, It's not working as a coping method though.
I often think like if humans weren't so flawed and we were, you know, perfect creatures with perfectly balanced emotionally, mentally, we wouldn't need any type of escape.
Yeah.
So the drug wouldn't be an issue. You know, you'd already feel great.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to make their life a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other misconceptions do you think there are about addicts and addictions? Are there any that come to mind?
Not really.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Would you say that you're at this time in your life, are you happy?
No. I'm not happy. I'm not content. I know there's more that I could be doing with myself. At the end of the day, I don't feel like me, you know, like the full wholeness of myself or what I could be as a person. I'm not doing better for myself. I'm just doing the bare minimum right now and getting by. And yeah, it's no.
You feel stuck?
Yeah. Stuck like Chuck. But I know that I have a higher power at the end of the day, and thank God I don't feel hopeless. I feel stuck, not hopeless. And that I'm able to, you know, I am able to get out of it. I'm able to do things that are positive and will help me in the long run. And I do see myself like, you know, getting housing and like, you know, getting off the street very soon. And I want to hold myself to that. I have a lot of people holding me to it also and trying to help me, so.
I know you will, and You know, since knowing you, you've put in a lot of effort. You've had several rehab attempts, and one of them was very successful for a while. So
Yeah.
the desire's in you.
I wish I would have just stayed and not let my, my impulsive decisions get in the way, because I feel like I would be in a different place right now, feeling differently. But I can't just keep on getting stuck in the what ifs, But I know that if I can do that, then I can stay till I complete that sort of thing.
Do you regret leaving, or do you feel like it's something that had to happen for your journey?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of regret it, yeah. Because it was a stupid decision. I feel like I'm thinking a lot more about the decisions I make and what I could do differently about them, which is, I feel like, is better, because I wasn't doing that before. I just make a decision and fuck it. Like, just the fuck it's what happened, and I would just, deal with whatever came with it as it came. So.
Do you I sometimes notice you're a very reactive person.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
Anger, probably.
What do you think is the root of your anger? Have you always been that way?
No, I think that's just came with, everything else, like the pain I've felt and the things I've gone through have led up to not being able to like voice right then and there, or like any time around what has happened, like to another person. I've held things in a lot more. That's also been a cause of the anger. I don't know.
Do you have any of it stemming from things you experienced in your childhood, you think?
Yep.
In other videos we've talked, you've opened up a lot about your childhood and the painful things you've been through. But one thing I want to make sure I ask you is, what are some of your happiest times from being a child?
Definitely like the holidays, because all of the family would be together. Yeah, everybody was just happy, and like, at least if we were like faking it, even, we were all together and we were just having a good time. And that's like one of the things I remember about everyone being together. But a lot of the time, like, some people were doing things and couldn't show up. Also, like, when I would get to spend time with my dad, going to the golfing range with him was like also a happy time in my childhood. Yeah.
Did you have a lot of friends in school?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Were you a very outgoing person? I feel that you are.
Yeah.
Like, you're very
I
talkative.
feel like I'm more outgoing now, but yeah, I still had friends. I was kind of like the outcast, though. I'd hang out with, like, the underdogs and stuff.
The freaks.
No, not the freaks, just like the people who, like, weren't in any of the cliques. Like, that was our clique, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Those are the best people.
Yeah. Like the nerdy people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we'd always, like, watch anime and, like,
Really? I didn't know that.
come back to school and talk about it. And, like, oh yeah, you're on that episode? Oh, I'm on this one, like, watching, like, Attack on Titan and yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Huh?
A favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I can't think of, like, one favorite movie. I have, like, a few favorite movies.
What are they? Or like some of the ones you think highly of?
What is that movie called? It's with Michael. Fuck, I can't think of it. It's like a war movie with that dude. His wife is killed, and she goes on a covert mission and kills the people responsible for it.
With Keanu Reeves?
No.
What, Punisher? Taken.
No. I don't know the title. It's like not safe or like not fuck, can't think of it. I'd have to look it up.
Okay. I can't think of it.
I can't think of the name, but it's a really good movie.
What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was the rose on my hip. It's not finished, it's still the outline, but it was a house tattoo. I let my friend, he was like just starting to tattoo, and he had spent 3 hours on his outline. And I was like so excited about it because I thought I was gonna get the whole tattoo that night, and it was like this big, but it's like just a rose. But
How old were you?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a first love in high school or anything like that?
Not really. I had crushes, but nothing like that. No.
Do you remember your first relationship?
Not really. No.
You don't?
No. Not like.
You remember like who it was?
I mean, besides Josh, no.
And that's who you have here?
Yeah.
On your neck. Has the line of work that you've done over the years impacted your love life?
Yeah.
How so?
Like, it's hard to like get excited about things a normal person would get excited about, like, you know, going on dates and stuff, because my perspective of like, you know, a normal relationship is distorted because, like, you know, to some degree the attraction is, you know, comes with the sexual side to it, and it's just when that's fucked up, everything having to do with it is fucked up, because like my thinking is just fucked up.
Has it changed your perception of men?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Can I take a hit real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we took a little break. Neither of us realized that where we were going with that conversation was a bit tough. But you know, I think we've touched on a lot of really eye-opening things, and I think this was a really good conversation. And you know, I've been holding on to this for a while now, and I have this idea. This is a disposable camera. And I was wondering if you would like to be the first person to do this little project where I give it to you and you take photos, you know, each day, whatever you want to take photos of, and then we do like a little sit down and talk about what you photographed. I saw this idea on social media, I'm not gonna lie, but
if I do good, I want to like make an agreement though, if you're cool with it. If I do really good on this project and get an A, I want one of them Polaroid, like, you know,
I think that you'd have a really good eye for this, and I'd love to see what you capture, you know.
I feel like it's gonna come out really cool in that.
So here's the camera. And yeah, just...
How many are in? Oh, 27?
There's a flash on it. I'm sure.
Oh, there's a flash? Can you turn the flash off or no?
Yeah, it only comes on when you hold the flash button down. So that's for like night photos. And
How long does it take to like print these?
maybe like a week. Once you have to get the camera back to me, and I have to take it to a Walgreens,
Yeah.
and it takes like a week.
I'm gonna make a little like what's it called? Like a keychain or like
Yeah.
so I don't
The
lose it.
what I think is what's going to be so interesting about this is that your day to day is so different than,
My
most.
day to day is like you never know what's gonna.
So
Very spontaneous.
So I'm interested to see what you capture and yeah, just
27 is not that many because how long is this project gonna? How long are you giving me? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
A week? Maybe
I'm not rushing.
I think a week is good.
Okay, just don't rush through it.
No, of course not. No, what I was gonna say is 27 photos is not very many photos.
Choose wisely.
When it comes to my everyday, day-to-day, life and schedule, because I don't really have a schedule. It's just like up in the air. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure they're photo worthy.
And thanks again for always being so open with me and
Of course.
talking about your life. I know it's not easy sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy, but for the most part, I have a good time, like, spending time with you and just like, being an open book for others who, enjoy watching and listening and all of that. And just, having all your guys' support. And I love the comments, so, comment and let me know what you think, just anything that comes to mind, let me know, because I enjoy reading all of them. And when I do get an account and profile, I can't wait to get back to all you guys and comment back and respond. So.
And I can't wait to do a sobriety video with you one day, which I know we'll do.
Yep.
And if you guys have any questions for Ariel in the meantime, comment those as well.
Yes, please.
And so
It's always
thank
been
you.
a blessing. Thank you.